Come on, how about it? Want a balloon? They even have balloons with the crests of countries participating in the trade conference. A trade conference, you say? Well, I guess we better get going. The time has come. I'm so excited. It's stupid how much excitement I've got going on right now, and all we're doing is going up here. I could see the tower clearly from my airship before it landed at the airport. It is even grander seeing it up close. That's exactly how we felt yesterday. It's only been a day. It already feels like Crossbell has a new landmark. Yeah, but don't you think it's a little too big? What are they gonna use all those floors for? Not like the old City Hall building was too small or something. True, but the tower is going to house several other facilities. In addition to housing the administrations of the city and state, and there are floors dedicated to international trade and cultural exchange. And the aim was to make it the center of Western Zemuria itself. Dang. Talk about shooting for the moon. Oh my god. This is a giant cannon. Is it going to shoot the moon? It makes sense when you think about it. And that's why the first major event it's hosting is the trade conference. Don't forget the building's opening means even more international capital is going to be flowing into Crossbell. And that'll be a handy bargaining chip when they're discussing new trade agreements, right? Yes, from what I've heard. Although it may not be limited to just financial talks. Well, what do you all want to do? We're scheduled to meet Dudley on the first floor at noon. Of course, but we do still have some time before then. How's about we take care of any unfinished business and prep work before we head in? We don't want to be in a bind if it hits the fan this afternoon. Good point. It's not like we'll be able to go anywhere once the conference is underway. And then let us not go in until we are taking care of unfinished business and made our preparations. I was going to say, is that I wanted to walk around here because a certain someone from the bird is clearly over here. I do wish it was False. I really do, because it's like, imagine if False was here, how happy I would be. just because he was here. Wow. Seeing up close makes it even more unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Not even the tetracyclic towers compare. I always get that wrong. Well, say it again, please. Seeing up close. I always get tetracyclic. There we go. Tetracyclic. I always struggle with that one. I really do. No sign of terrorists as of yet. I doubt they'll be brazen enough to attack the building from the front. That's no reason to relax our guard. Orchis Tower is restricted to authorized personnel only today. You, however, SSS are permitted to pass. Feel free to enter. This is the Orchis Tower's trade conference. I've been waiting so long. Good afternoon, SSS. Nothing unusual to report here in the plaza. It's just... I think it's very much, like, good to say to all those people, like, no, you start with Cold Steel, it'll ruin your experience of, like, these games. Like, come on. I'm so excited because I was waiting for this because of Cold Steel. We finally reached the day of the main conference session. My nerves are starting to get the better of me. I have to calm down. It's a massive misunderstanding of who I am as a person. It's like, I am so excited because I know what's coming. We know that already, Chief. Please don't make the pressure any worse than it already is. Please mind your manners around the dignitaries and don't forget to smile. One critical mistake in front of them could very well cost any of us our job. Oh my. Good luck today, everyone. Let's work hard and ensure this trade conference ends without incident. Good luck today, everyone. He's gonna die. I feel it. Good afternoon, SSS. I was told you'd be participating in the trade conference's security detail. You should head inside whenever you're ready. We're ready. We're scheduled to meet Dudley on the first floor at noon. There's still a little bit of time, but should we head in now? Upon entering Orchis Tower, you'll be unable to buy new equipment and items or upgrade your ordnance. Additionally, all remaining quests that are open will close. Proceed with caution. I'm not even going to do the joke. Enter the tower. The time has come. Yes! Clearly this series is not for me. Clearly. Ah, there's a little model of Orchis Tower over there. Was that always there? Well, take a look at it. It's a nice blend of modern and luxurious. This feels even more futuristic than the IBC building. Every floor is wired to the orbital network as well. And there's also a direct line to the IBC for instant updates on stock market prices. I heard about that. Uncle insisted on it. Figures. He still has banking on the brain, even when he's being a statesman. All that's left for us to do is wait for Dudley to come pick us up. There are no visitors due to the conference, so why don't we grab that sofa over there? The same day, 12 p.m.
来ていたか。
Hey, Dudley. Good to see you again. It's noon sharp. The trade conference begins at 1 p.m. The dignitaries will be arriving in 30 minutes. Got it. Where should we be going right now? I would have preferred to familiarize you with the venue myself, but there's been a change of plans. I came to tell you that someone else will be showing you around. Someone else? Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming today. Ah, Mayor Croy? Uncle. It's only been a couple of weeks, Ellie. Lloyd? Hello to you too, Wazzy. Noel? It's been far longer since I've seen you, Andy and Tio. Welcome back. Appreciate it. It is good to see you again. Yes, but what are you doing here? The conference starts in less than an hour. Aren't there more urgent things you should be doing? Nonsense. Preparations are more or less done. We're simply waiting for the dignitaries to arrive now. I thought showing you around the building would make for a good break. Is that alright with you, Dudley? You're lucky he's the mayor. See to it that you pay attention and don't do anything to embarrass yourselves in front of him. Once you're done, come to the security command room on the 34th floor. Understood? You can take it from here, Mr. Mayor. See you all soon. You have my gratitude. He's a talented detective, but a little inflexible, isn't he? Though perhaps that's what makes him good at his job. The First Division does have a reputation for doing things by the book, after all. Where are my manners? Forgot the most important step for starting a tour. Ladies and gentlemen of the SSS, welcome to Orchis Tower. Follow me, if you would. Same as ever. Yes, Maria Bell's apple did not fall far from his tree. Maybe, but isn't it nice of him to show us around before the conference personally? Sure is. Let's take him up on his offer. Oh good, I can go speak to the people over here. Look at the little model of Orchis Tower. I need to get, like, make sure in future just to check up there to see if that's still there. In just 1 hour, the main session of the conference will finally begin. I'll be here handing out outgoing communications during the conference. The thing is, I'm a tad nervous. This will be a lot of responsibility. The dignitaries will walk through that front door at any moment. Compared to them, my role is hardly important. Still, that doesn't make me any less nervous. I'm so tired! Hello, everyone. This is the reception desk of Orchis Tower. The security command room upstairs has told us to help with whatever you may need today. So please let us know if you need our assistance. General Affairs First Division is tasked with the management and administration of Orchis Tower. In other words, it was our duty to see to it. The conference and waiting rooms. But today we're fully prepared. Things have been hectic for a while, but we finally finished our prep work just a little while ago. I'm thanking Heiyue as we finished in time for the conference. I don't want us to rest on our laurels yet, but all we can do at the moment is wait for the conference to start. I want a model of Orchis Tower. Car! This is a car magazine. Mach speed here. Cool coloring. What's a coloring? So, Mayor Croy is going to show all of you around personally. It's really taken a shine to the SSS, I suppose. Thibodeau? Trying to... Thibodeau. Then again, there are rumors that you guys are the mayor's favorite division in the police. I don't know if I'd go that far. Hey, don't worry about it. It's not like I'm jealous or anything. Much. I don't mean to sound rude. Truth be told, I like you guys too. I'll be rooting for you, SSS. Our duties today are different, but I'm glad we had the chance to work together like this. Thank you for saying so. We have gone from zeros to heroes in just half a year. Heck yeah, remember when the Force was calling us bogus braces and circus monkeys back then? They did? Yes, there's infighting no matter what organization you're a part of. Yeah, that used to happen a lot back then. Don't let it get to you. No one's stubborn enough to keep saying those things now. Putting that aside, let's all work hard and do our best today, yeah? Sure thing. He had a lot to say, didn't he? Like, for the guard, like, that was a lot. Our duties today are different, but I'm glad we had the chance to work together like this. Let's work hard and do our best today, yeah? You said so much I'm worried you're gonna die now. Rest in peace, mate. Rest in peace. It's so familiar, it's weird. I mean, it makes sense it's familiar, because it's the same building. There are 3 elevators? Now you're just showing off. Well, the building is 40 stories tall. And just for the record, there are actually 6 elevators if you count the private ones. That's impressive. Keep in mind, we don't have time today to visit every floor. We'll sadly have to keep things to those related to the conference. Without further ado, let's start by seeing where the security command room is on the 34th floor, shall we? After you. I see. Bet the same from Dudley. It's quite a tricky situation we find ourselves in. Yeah. The Jaegers and Heiyue are cause for concern. Whatever the Imperial and Republican governments are up to, is worth keeping in mind too. On top of that, there are terrorists aiming to take the lives of 2 heads of state. Not to mention the mystery hacker from yesterday. Are you aware they were able to steal the tower's blueprints from one of your terminals? Yes, sadly. I heard it was one of Orchis Tower's sub-terminals that was hacked into. After the IBC was hacked months ago, had our systems department boost their anti-hacking countermeasures too. Clearly wasn't enough. When you think about it, hacking is still a rare skill to have. Yep, the most logical explanation is it was someone who had ties to the Epstein Foundation. Chief Roberts is currently looking into that possibility, though my intuition is telling me that that is not the case this time. No matter, all we can do is wait for the results of his investigation. A Jaeger core, a crime syndicate, and the threat of terrorists coming. There's plenty to worry about already. What's more troublesome, however, are the motives of some of our esteemed dignitaries. You mean what some of the leaders are after from the conference? You saying you're suspicious of the people you invited? I don't suspect Princess Claudia or Prince Oliver, mind you. I also trust the Grand Prince of Revache. I'm suspicious of him in a different way. Because it was that sort of thing like, Arios was traveling all around Zemuria in the previous game, and I'm very suspicious of him. And one of the places he went to was Revache. So it's like, there's like a little twinge in the back of my mind being like, keep an eye on him, we don't know much about him. Like, Chloe and Olivert, we know. The Grand Prince of Revache, Albert? Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith are another matter entirely. The leaders of the two major powers. They have the most to gain by controlling Crossbell's future. Have they tipped their hands on that front already? Quite the opposite, actually. Already sent several preliminary proposals to each country ahead of the conference. Both sides have been suspiciously favorable to everything we've suggested thus far. The way they're behaving, you would think those two are all for equitable growth in Western Zemuria. That seems unlikely to say the least. The Empire and the Republic tend to clash over even the smallest issues. Correct. How they're acting right now makes me more uncertain about what could happen at the conference. I've already prepared for the worst case scenario. That seems wise. So on top of all the immediate danger, we're stuck in a political trap too. Times like this are when I'm glad to have Speaker McDowell to lean on. If we play our cards right, we should also have the support of LaBelle and Remiferia during these negotiations. And I'm not just preparing for the worst. I'll also be praying that Adios is in our corner too. Uncle, it's hard to believe you have even more on your plate today than I realized. Sorry to take up your time with this tour. Don't mention it. On the contrary, I'm relishing the opportunity for a nice change of pace. That's why I insisted that I be the one to show all of you around. Well, when you put it that way, it would be our honor, Mr. Mayor. Heck yeah, we're down if you are. That's what I like to hear. Good timing. Here we are. Ding dong! KGP. Whoa. Amazing. I'd love to see a building with this design in real life, because it is a lovely building. Wow. It is quite the view. Get a load of it. I'm glad you all find it as satisfying as I do. This is the 34th floor, where much of the staff will be on standby during the trade conference. Are you ready to have a look around? Lead the way, Mr. Mayor. Calvard spies everywhere here, though. Here we have the security command room, and next door is the press room. There will be a company of guardsmen from the CGF on the floor below if we need them in the case of emergency. I heard they'd be here. I bet they're gonna send the best the CGF has to offer. Guess the press room is where Grace will be spending all of her time? You mean that reporter from the Crossbell Times? That's right, I believe I saw her name on the list, so she should be there. Bear in mind, the press aren't permitted to leave this floor except during the press conference or for scheduled interviews. That makes sense. It's necessary. Reporters can occasionally get a little pushy for interviews during events like this. Some even slip past security. Grace does that regardless of how big the event is. Can already picture us dragging her away from somewhere she's not supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you this room just in case. I like the tables with the plant in the middle. This is more my kind of pace. Looks like a break room, but it's so spacious. Precisely. This is the break room I had prepared for the conference. Feel free to use it yourselves during your downtime. Thanks, we'll be sure to. We could always stop by for tea later. Oh. Let's head to the next floor, shall we? Is this an emergency stairwell? Looks like the ones going down are sealed off, though. Normally, you'd be able to descend all the way to the first floor using these stairs. However, we've sealed them off in preparation for the conference. Only the stairs between floors 34, 55 and 36 will be open. In other words, it's a security measure. What do people do if something like an earthquake occurs? In the event of an emergency, the gates to the stairwell will automatically open. Which just goes to show that no security plan is foolproof. Not when we have to account for the unexpected. True. We'll do our part to cover any possible gaps. Hacking countermeasures must also figure into that. Since we're here, why don't we take the stairs? Next stop, the 35th floor, home to the International Conference Room. All those flags. Or banners. What would you call them? Look there. This would be... That's right. Before you is the stage where the continent's leaders will seek the elusive dream that is diplomacy. Conference room. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the conference room. I know, it says right there. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. If this room's ceiling is that high, you must have removed part of the next floor up. As it so happens, the 36th floor was designed to be U-shaped to accommodate the conference room. The rooms next door to the conference room will house the staff of all the dignitaries. Their personal security detail will also be on standby here. That's smart. I had to stick them somewhere to appease all of your guests. Let's move to the final floor of our tour, shall we? This floor is where we'll have rooms prepared for the dignitaries that will be participating in the conference. Allow me to show you around. After you. Whoa, check this place out. Talk about extravagant. If you gave me a room like this, I don't think I'd want to leave. This one will be Prince Oliver's waiting room. There are rooms in the West Wing as well, one assigned for each visiting participant. And they double as places we can all go to cool our heads if things get too heated during the conference. That makes sense. Are these rooms connected to the orbital security system too? That's right. Had them inconspicuously wired to the security network. Let's put the other rooms aside for now. Because there's one final place I'd like to show you. The roof. Good morning, Mayor Croy. Good morning, Mayor Croy. Good to see you today, sir. At ease, gentlemen. From these windows, you will be able to get a full view of the conference as it's in progress. There are curtains to make things private should a confidential meeting happen, but they'll be open this time. Good to know. We'll be able to get a sneak peek at how the conference is going while doing our rounds. That's right, and if anything were to happen, we'd see it and could rush there right away. Good point. We should make this a routine stop on our patrol route then. Now then, you've seen all 3 floors. It will be part of your security detail. However, if you'd allow me, there's one more place I've been saving for last. The roof. A place you were saving. And where could that be? Isn't it obvious? The spot with the best view of all. The roof! Yeah! Whoa. Look at that. It's incredible. It's these pointy bits I'm so suspicious of. Where are they pointing, I think, is the key thing to me. It's breathtaking. Positively. The rest of the city looks tiny from this far up. Dang, I wish this shindig was after dark. Bet the view at night's insane. This little area will eventually become a viewing platform for the public. Maybe put higher fences up then, because that's too easy to go over. Couldn't restrict the roof to only government officials in good faith. I'm sure people will love it. I can't wait for us to take Kia here too. Yeah, especially if you're gonna have children. Fences should be higher. And I don't have the big gaps in the fences either. I'm worried about the safety. Oh, pardon me. It's me. Of course. Got it. I'll be there right away. I just received word that the dignitaries have arrived at the tower. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. I'll have to take my leave here. Not at all. Thank you for showing us around. We appreciate it. Oh boy, did we. That was awesome. That was the tour of a lifetime. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And thank you as well for giving me the change of pace I needed. I'll see all of you later. Good luck with your security duties, and give it all you've got. We won't let you down. It's the least I could do to pay you back for that letter of recommendation. Adios be with you. I'll be praying for the success of the conference. So will I. Alright, let's make our way to where Dudley is. He should be in the security command room on the 34th floor by now. Now the real work begins. I hope this goes smoothly. I hope so too. Name of the game, everyone. I want to look at the map. The same day, 1 p.m. It begins. We will now commence the main session of the West Zemuria Trade Conference. If I may be so bold, I, Henry McDowell, will begin our proceedings. The conference is scheduled to run for approximately 5 hours with an intermission. However, depending on how deliberations are progressing, there may be short extensions. I would now like to introduce you to 2 observers that will be joining us for the conference. Lawyer Ian Grimwood. He is a legal expert who is active not only in Crossbell, but in neighboring countries as well. I requested that he attend today's conference due to his familiarity with common and international law. It is a pleasure to be here, everyone. I'm Ian Grimwood, at your service. Ah, so this must be Crossbell's famous Grizzly Grim. Yes, I've heard of you as well. They say you're primarily concerned with matters surrounding civil rights. It's nice to meet you. You flatter me. I promise to give you all my very best today. Next, Bracer Arias McLean. You may know his name from his many outstanding achievements in our neighboring countries. I requested he too attend as a neutral observer of the Bracer Guild to further ensure everyone's safety here today. That is correct. I'm Arias McLean. Pleased to meet you. So, this is the Divine Blade of Wind. Speaker assumes right. I've heard your name spoken many times, even in the Republic. Your name reaches the Imperial capital as well. They say there's a divine blade, bringing justice in Crossbell like winds sweeping across the land. I'm honored. Without further ado, we'll begin by going over each proposal on today's docket. Mayor Dieter Croy is our first proponent. Please outline your proposal. Of course. Let's start by looking over the first bill in the materials provided to you. It started. Yeah, I know how you feel. Yeah. I knew Arias was going to be here, but I had no idea Mr. Grimwood was going to play a role too. The Grizzly Grim moniker is known outside of Crossbell, so it makes sense. Keep in mind that international agreements are reached at conferences like this. It's necessary to have someone on hand with expertise in international and common law. Oh, I get it. So they brought in Grizzly Grim for legal advice and things like that? It's nice that we can see the start of the conference and all, but this stuff is way over my head. It's not as though it's our place to be concerned with the actual discussions during the conference. Focus on what matters most, making sure today passes without incident. Understood. Should we begin as planned? Yes, I've tasked you with patrolling floors 34, 35, and 36. Not 32. Everyone on these floors should know who you are and why you're here. I'd advise you to take time to speak with members of the media and the staff of the dignitaries. Got it. In that case, I'll head back to the 34th floor now. May Adios protect you, and call me if anything happens. Dudley is usually pretty steely, but even he's on edge today. I noticed too. It's hard to imagine today ending peacefully after what we experienced last night. I agree. We're going to need to be hyper-vigilant on these patrols. Bingo. What do you say, leader? Ready to get this show on the road? I am. Let's follow Dudley's advice and chat up all the ancillary staff while we do our rounds.